You're watching CCN, Clarksville Community Network, produced by Goodwin Productions. Powered by CDE Lightband.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Clarksville's Political Forum. I'm Van Stokes, your moderator for today's session, and on behalf of Leadership Clarksville and your Clarksville Area Chamber of Commerce, we are glad you could join us today. Once again, we are coming to you from the Customs House Museum and Cultural Center here in Clarksville. And as always, this forum is designed to give you, the voters, an informed choice when you go to the polls to vote in the federal, state, and city of Clarksville general election on Tuesday, November the 5th. In this session, we will have the opportunity to meet and talk with candidates who will be on the ballot for the Clarksville City Council representing Ward number 8. They are, to my left, Mr. Dwight Jemison and Mr. Jerry Haywood. We will begin this session with each candidate having 2 minutes in which to present opening comments. Following this segment, we will then turn to our panelists for questions. Joining us once again as panelists today are Mr. J. Albertia, Ms. Susan Zidek, and Ms. Lorneth Peters. Now, each candidate will be given 1 minute to respond to each question, with the first response coming in a rotating order. At the conclusion of the questioning, then each candidate will have 2 minutes in which to present closing comments. Closing remarks will come in reverse order from the opening comments. Our timekeeper for this session is Mr. Phil Harpel. The City Council is comprised of 12 council members, each representing a different ward of the city. And once again, this is Ward number 8. Members are elected to a 4-year term. City Council votes on city ordinances and resolutions governing the city of Clarksville. City Council also approves the budget for the city and sets the city property tax rate. Council members approve changes to the city policies as specified in the city code. The council is also responsible for adopting potentially far-reaching policies and then ensuring that those policies are followed. Each council member is appointed to serve in one or more committees. They may include Community and Economic Development Committee, Finance Committee, Gas and Water Committee, Parks and Recreation, Public Safety, Streets and Garage Committee, or Transportation Committee, just to name a few. Let's go to our candidates now for opening comments. We will hear first from Mr. Dwight Jemison.
Hi, my name is Dwight Jemison. I'm born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, raised in Ohio. I came here in the military in 92. I retired out of medically in 93. I love Clarksville as a home, as a whole. I raised my family here. We're from Detroit. My father worked at Chrysler. He transferred to Ohio to give us a better life. From there, from Chrysler, when I graduated, I joined the military, and I ended up here in Clarksville, Tennessee. I've been here for a long time. I call it home. I love the city of Clarksville. We love partnering with people in Clarksville to make a difference in Clarksville for the people. We love people. We love what Clarksville stands for. We love all the resources that Clarksville offer our community, and I just want to continue to be a part of that, bettering our communities in Clarksville, Tennessee. And I thank you guys for having me here today.
Thank you very much. Next, we will have opening comments from Mr. Jerry Haywood.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jerry Haywood. I'm running for representative for Ward 8 on the City Council. I was born here in Clarksville. My family moved away due to my father's military service. I've always considered this community my home. I'm incredibly proud to be married to my high school sweetheart, Rebecca. We have 3 amazing children together. At 29 years old, I understand that some may see my age as a concern, but I do assure you that it's an asset. I graduated from Fort Campbell High School and served as a combat medic in the United States Army before I was medically retired. While on active duty, I earned a bachelor's in sports and health science from American Military University and later completed a master's of business administration. I'm currently pursuing a doctorate in public administration, equipping myself with the knowledge and skills needed to make a real difference. My campaign is driven a strong desire to create a meaningful change. One of the most significant concerns I've heard while speaking with members of the community is the need for better communication and transparency. I'm very passionate about infrastructure. Our roads, sidewalks, and street lighting are not only maintained, but improved to meet the needs of our growing community. If elected, I'll work tirelessly to address these issues, advocating for smart, efficient investment in our infrastructure and public safety that will benefit every resident of Ward 8. Thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your opening remarks. Now we will turn to our panelists for questions. We will hear first from Mr. J. Albertia, and your question will go to Mr. Dwight Jemison.
Mr. Jemison, what are two of the specific issues that you think your ward is facing right now, and how would you address those if elected?
My first thing is about the kids in the community. We have not many things for kids to do, so they're out there, doing things in the community that we don't like. But if we're taking everything away from the children and the families, affordable child care, access to going into facilities for the kids to be able to be kids. One thing I would really love to work on is bringing resources here for the kids to be able to be kids, playgrounds, rec centers, just somewhere for they can still be kids and the parents can come and be kids with their kids. And my second thing I would love to work on is having safe walk places for the kids, like going down Haywood, the ones that have to walk to school, not walking in the grass and the ditches. I would love for something to happen with that.
Mr. Haywood.
One of the biggest things, as everyone knows, State Route 48, Trenton Road, is going to be widened. There's an intersection, Hazelwood and Trenton Road. That is a very dangerous intersection. Lately, about twice a week, there's a car accident there. I've been talking with TDOT. That is a very big priority of mine, is getting something done to temporarily fix the safety concerns there. Whether it be the city temporarily put a light there, or the state and city working together to fix something there. Another thing going along with that, the Marla Drive, there's a crosswalk going across to the Northeast Complex. We need to do something. I know in Ward 2 that there's a flashing light intersection. If we could put something there to make it easier and more visible for kids to cross the road there.
Thank you. Ms. Susan Zidek, you have the next question, and it goes to Mr. Haywood.
Thank you. Mr. Haywood, during the last state legislative session, legislation supported by the governor to establish a school voucher program was unable to move forward. What is your position on how that proposed legislation would impact Clarksville? And if elected to city council, what actions would you take to oppose or support such legislation?
That's a great question, ma'am. So realistically speaking, the city council, they don't have much say in the school system. But I would like to say, with the amount of schools that are so overpopulated, the way the legislature was written, I do support school voucher systems for public schools at a point. If we could take schools and say, hey, this school's at 110% and this school's at 80%, I want to take my kid and put him over here so that the teacher to student ratio is less for my student, my son, daughter, that is something that I would support. Thank you.
Mr. Jemison.
I'm for it. I think that with the way the economy is and the way that COVID left everybody crippled and scared about what life is going to bring them, I think the voucher program would be amazing for the families to give them a choice. The choice to either have public, private, whatever you decide to take your kids to, it'll be a choice for you, for your kids, for everybody to be on the same playing field for their kids and their families. I think it would be something amazing, and I would be for it. Anything that's positive for families to get some of this pressure off of them, I think it would be amazing.
Thank you. Ms. Lorneth Peters, you have the next question. It will go to Mr. Jemison.
Hi, Mr. Jemison. We know in this role you have to work with other city council members. So what is your approach to handling controversial and complicated issues with others?
With me, I'm a people's person. I've always been. With my track record, we get along with everybody. We partnered up with, I think, every organization that does anything community in Clarksville, from YAPAC to Urban Ministries to United Way, Shower Up for the Homeless. We have a hub. Our shop is in New Providence, where we let our displaced families come in and shower up, and we take care of everybody. So me personally, I think I would have no problem getting along with anybody, because I'm very personable. And if I can't meet you where you're at, we're going to make sure we rock, scissors, paper till we find us a common ground to be all right.
Mr. Haywood.
Yeah, my time in the military, I worked with people from all ways of life. And so I don't think that working with anyone, complicated issues or not, I don't think that's going to be an issue. Whether we see eye to eye or not, I don't think that working with someone will be an issue. It's very easy to come to an understanding with someone, whether it's on a complicated issue or not. Thank you.
Mr. Albertia, let's come back to you. Your question will go to Mr. Jerry Haywood.
Mr. Haywood, funding's always a fun thing to talk about in city. We've just had the new property assessments and the tax rate set. Looking at that, what departments do you think are underfunded or less funded that should be in the city, and what would you do about it?
So that I feel like that's a good, tricky question. I feel like if you ask any department head, they're going to tell you the same thing. We need more money. With that being said, I personally would love to see the street department more funded. There are other departments that I would like to see be funded at a sustained, just for a year, for the next fiscal year. Just that is sustained, that they can continue to do their day-to-day operations. And we put more money to the street department so that they are able to get our infrastructure at a better point, so that, we're not 20 years behind. And then when we finally complete our Transportation 2020 plan and it's complete, we're still 20 years behind. Thank you.
Mr. Jemison.
Affordable housing. Whenever you look at affordable housing, we have no plan of action for it in Clarksville, Tennessee. But you got to realize a lot of these families that are out here homeless aren't homeless because they want to be. They work 2-3 jobs, they can't afford first, last, and the money they want you to have 3 times your pay. I think affordable housing would be very good here, because affordable housing isn't you telling a middle class family that they're finna go stay in the projects with their kids. It's not helping them. I think affordable housing would be amazing, and I think a lot of these gentlemen, these contractors out here that's building, and I think they should be responsible for making affordable housing on some of the extra money that they're making in the community. I think they should have a hand in helping us with this displaced families. That's all families, not just homeless, all families. And that's what I would love to have more money in the housing authority. Housing.
Ms. Zidek, you have the next question. It goes to Mr. Jemison.
Mr. Jemison, if elected, what role would you like to play in economic development for our area?
I would love everybody to be on the same playing field, no matter if you got $1 or $1 million. I think everybody should equally put into a community that you love and everybody's growing with. If you're benefiting from the community, I think everybody should be able to pay it forward to make sure everybody's on the same playing field and make Clarksville what it is. It's a great community for family, but if it's going to be about family, let's make it about family. If you notice a lot of homes that are being built now, there's no play areas for kids. You got backyards that are 4x8. You don't have any room for the kids to play, so I really would love for us to come together as a community and really do something about bringing fun back to families and kids.
Mr. Haywood?
One thing that I've mentioned is putting the subdivision developers leaving a plot open, or when we rezone these areas to put in subdivisions, is to leaving a plot open to put in something, put in a smaller park, put in something like that for children. But I understand that Parks and Rec, that is one more thing that they've got to do, one more thing that they've got to maintain. Or HOAs, that's one thing that a lot of people are not on the same board with. They don't want to be a part of an HOA. And so one thing that Parks and Rec and I would probably need to be on the same page with is maintaining parks that are not satellite to our bigger parks. So, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Peters, you have the next question. It will go to Mr. Haywood.
Hi, Mr. Haywood. If you are elected, you will be the voice for your ward, for the residents of your ward. How do you plan to stay connected with those residents?
One thing that I have put in while I'm door knocking is I would like to make a monthly town hall meeting. I've reached out to small businesses in our ward, one being Dream Wings, as one of the first ones that I plan on doing. Would be to host a small biz or a town hall in a small business, bring business to them, preferably like a restaurant type thing that we would do in the evening, so that we can eat there. I could bring up issues that we're gonna, hey, this is what's going to be rezoned in our area and in the city. This is what we're gonna be voting on next week. This is what the city council will be doing next week when I go. That way I can get input from the community and see what their thoughts are on. That way when I go to vote, to the meeting, I know what my ward is thinking.
Mr. Jemison?
With me, I'm a people's person. Even when a tornado devastated our neighborhood, we went out and set up a grill, had 5 different food vendors out there feeding everybody for free. We went around giving everybody food and just letting everybody know we're going to be okay, because all of us were affected. But with me, the door knocking is different times now. So with me, it's social media. You go out there, tell your neighborhood we're going to meet out on the block, big kickball game, basketball, whatever to get the community out together to have fun. Making everything about politics and, all the stuff that don't really deal with family. I want family to come out and let you know that you're being natural, that I really care about you as a neighbor and not just as a number to get a vote. I want you to really be community with me. So we're going to go out and, let you know we're going to party together and have fun.
Thank you. Mr. Albertia, you have the next question. It will go for the first response by Mr. Dwight Jemison.
Back to economics again. The city just recently passed a new building permit fee. That fee is substantially higher than cities our size, even in Knoxville. Do you think that's going to affect our building and our growth in the city? And if so, were you in favor of the fee, or do you think it needs to be lowered?
Again, for whoever's in that industry of all the building and everything, whatever the fee that's assessed to you, that's like me. If I work and I pay into something, it has to make sense to me. With me not really knowing about the fees and what they're paying in and what they're not paying in, we're already outgrowing in Clarksville, bigger than some cities. We're growing fast, and as we're growing fast, we have to keep up with that growth. And I feel that we're not keeping up like we need to. So if we're going to try to be like the big city, we need to catch up on every aspect of financial, anything that we're dealing with. It needs to all come and be. It needs to make sense. And a lot of stuff we're doing here is not making sense as far as the growth in the building. So the tax, I don't, one way or the other, I guess I have to figure it out, because I don't know, because I just see the growth and it's just overgrowth.
Mr. Haywood?
I don't know how big the increase was compared to other cities, but personally, if it was big enough to slow the growth down, I would be in favor of it. Mainly because we have outgrown so much so fast, not only population-wise but infrastructure-wise. We can't handle the amount of traffic, the amount of people that are living here on our roads. I mean, you sit in traffic for 45 minutes just to get down the road to Walmart. So if we can slow the growing down just a little bit to be able to catch up, widening roads, doing things that make sense to get around the area, I'm all for it. Now, if we can decrease it once we get caught up, then that sounds like a plan to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you have just joined us, you are watching Clarksville's Political Forum. We are meeting with candidates who will be on the ballot November the 5th for the Clarksville City Council representing Ward number 8. Let's go back to our questions. Ms. Zidek, you have the next question. It goes to Mr. Haywood.
Mr. Haywood, some functions are already consolidated between the county and city. Are there other functions, programs, or departments that you think we should consider consolidation between the city and county?
It's a great question. I don't think so. I think it's already hard enough as like the planning commission, for example. Things get approved in the planning commission and then come to the city council and get disapproved there. Or they'll get disapproved at the planning commission and then come to the city council and get approved there. So it's very difficult for the constituents to keep up with what's going on. They see that something gets disapproved at the planning commission and they go, sweet, it's not happening. And then 3 days later it gets approved in the council and they go, well, I just saw that just got disapproved. What's going on? So I don't think that we need to be consolidating anything. I think if we can just keep things, hey, city council does these things, the commission or the county commission does these things, just keep things, hey, that got disapproved and that's it. Now we know it's not going there. Thank you.
Mr. Jemison?
I think both of them functioning as separate entities is good, but I wish that they would come together and really talk and make a plan together and make sure everybody's on the same sheet of music for the growth or whatever your plans are. Make sure everybody's on the same sheet of music from wherever forum that you're on. Just make sure we're walking as one and doing things to benefit the city instead of, county or city.
Thank you. Ms. Peters, you have the next question. It will go to Mr. Jemison.
Hi, Mr. Jemison. What do you think actually qualifies you to be a part of City Council?
I feel I bring a lot to the community as far as our personalities. Me and my wife, Latanya, we do. She's diaper angels. I mean, she does diapers. She always, when we first got together, she did the diaper angel. She gave women diapers because she was one of the mothers that couldn't afford diapers. And then we went from doing diapers to doing Christmas in June for kids. I just love people. And I feel that we've lost our way when it comes to loving on people. Everybody worry about whether you're red or blue, green, black. All that doesn't matter because at the end of the day, when something tragic happens to families, it's happening to all of us. So I just want everybody to know that just become as one. And I feel that I'm very good at this because I love people. I love people genuinely. I don't care what walk of life you're from, whether you're homeless or rich or poor. I'm going to treat you all the same because that's how I was raised. And so saying that, I just feel that I would be amazing in this ward because I'm about the people.
Mr. Haywood.
Yeah, I want to be able to advocate for the ward. I want to be able to take the people's views, what they want, and take it to the council. I'm not wanting to get into this position because I want to do something that I want. There's things that people have been asking for. They want sidewalks in their communities. They want to be able to walk down the road and see the road in front of them because the street lights aren't working. I want to be able to take those concerns and bring it up in council. I want to be able to advocate positively for my ward. So that's the biggest reason why I'm running, and that's the biggest thing that I want to be able to say qualifies me to run, is I think I am a very good advocate for people. Thank you.
Ms. Zidek, you have the last question, and it will go to Mr. Haywood for the first response.
All right, Mr. Haywood, if elected to City Council, what committee or committees would you like to serve on?
I'd like to be part of the Planning Commission. I want to be able to be a part of the whys and the behind the scenes kind of, like I want to know why and what things are getting rezoned. I want to be able to see the site plans. I want to be able to know what goes on so that I can explain to people in detail why this is getting rezoned and why they want to rezone it, what C4 means, what C5 means, what R2 and R4 mean. Because a lot of people don't understand. They just see, oh, that's getting rezoned to C5. That's fine, whatever. But they don't understand what C5 is. So that's one thing that I want to be able to do so I can say, hey, guys, this is getting rezoned for this. What do you think? And this is why it's getting rezoned and what they want to do. Thank you.
Mr. Jemison.
I just want to learn. I don't want to go head first and be on committees that I know nothing about. I just want to be a voice when they ask the 12th man, what do you think about something? I want to be able to have a voice for the people and for everybody that's common like me that don't really know what's going on in the city. I just want to sit and observe and get my feet wet and see what's going on. And after I see what's going on and we can get a relationship with all my council people, and then I'll figure out what my plan of action is. But from there, I just want to get in and learn.
Thank you very much. That concludes our questions from our panelists. We turn now to our candidates for the Clarksville City Council Award number 8 for closing comments. We will hear first from Mr. Jerry Haywood.
I just want to reiterate my commitment to making a safer Ward 8, building up the community, advocating for better infrastructure, sidewalks, public safety, and I hope that come November 5th, you see that and you vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And next we'll have closing comments from Mr. Dwight Jemison.
I just want people to put people first. We're so worried about a lot of things other than what's really going on in front of us, homelessness, these young kids out here that are lost and we seem not have questions for it. I just want to be able to be a voice for everybody. And it's not just Ward 8, it's for every ward in Clarksville. It's for all of us to understand that we're lost. And I just want to be able to advocate for Clarksville, Ward 8, all of Clarksville, for us to find a way to stop closing things, that positive things for families to go with their kids. We have nothing really to do in Clarksville for families to go and be family. And I would love to be part of something that makes something bigger in Clarksville, but we don't have to go to Nashville, to Hopkinsville, to go somewhere else to be able to be family. We should be able to stay right here. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm here for the people. It's not about the Republican, Democrats. I love everybody. And when you're in these positions, you can't be blind-eyed to one side. You have to be for the people. And I am for the people, and I just want to let you guys know, whether you vote for me or Mr. Haywood or whoever else is voting, just get out and vote. Let's go.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you for sharing your time and your thoughts with us today, and more than that, for being willing to serve our community as an elected official, in particular representing Ward number 8 on the Clarksville City Council. So, gentlemen, thank you very, very much. Remember, early voting for the federal, state, and city of Clarksville general election will take place October the 16th through October the 31st. The location will be at the Election Commission office at 350 Pageant Lane. Once again, our responsibility is to be at the polls on Election Day, Tuesday, November the 5th. I want to say thanks also to our panelists, Mr. J. Albertia, Ms. Susan Zidek, and Ms. Lorneth Peters. Thank you very much for your insightful questions today. And also thank you to Mr. Phil Harpel for serving as our timekeeper once again. Thanks also to the staff here at the Customs House Museum and Cultural Center for hosting today's forum. And thanks also to Leadership Clarksville, the Clarksville Area Chamber of Commerce, and to Rick Goodwin Productions for making this forum possible. Until next time, I'm Van Stokes. Thank you for watching.
For current and exclusive content, subscribe to CDE Lightband, connecting you at the speed of light.